Hi, I'm Chef Ellie Espo, and this is another Cooking on the Block. Today I'm going to show you an easy, quick, delicious way to prepare Chilean sea bass. And sometimes fish can be a little daunting because you don't know how much it takes to cook all the way through, and sometimes you might overcook it or undercook it. But this is really, really simple. Now, I brought a nice size fillet of Chilean sea bass, and I cut it into nice portion-sized pieces so that it's easier to pan roast. So we're going to set this aside because we're not into that mode yet. What I want to show you is the topping we're going to put on it. And Italians call this kind of flavorful topping like agrodolce it's called, and it's a cross between, or a mix of sweet and savory. So I have my ingredients in front of me. I have some raisins, fresh thyme, some capers, and we used a mini orange today, and I squeezed the juice out of it. So what I had started first, before you guys tuned in on me, were 2 large onions that I've caramelized with a little olive oil, salt and pepper, and a little dab of butter. A little dab of butter is always good. So I had that going real nice, and it's nice and fragrant and sweet and golden brown, and that's what you want. So now we're going to put some of our orange juice in the pan to deglaze it a little bit. But we're going to save the rest of it because we're going to make a pan sauce after we roast our fish. So we're just going to let this cook down a little bit. Okay, and now we're going to add the other components. I have some capers. See, isn't this easy already? You have all your ingredients in front of you, and we're going to add a few dark raisins, Thompson raisins. Okay, you could use currants if you like, or even grapes would be good, but I like the dry part because it's going to give it a little bit more of a sweetness. Okay, now we want a herbal overtone. Okay, and I thought that thyme might be a nice addition. But you know what? You want to use parsley? Go ahead. Okay, so I'm just taking the leaves off the stems. And you don't need a lot of it because we have a lot of other nice flavors going on. Okay? Now, I'm going to let this reduce just a little bit. And when we come back, I'll show you how we do our fish. Okay. I have a flat dish here with just a little bit of flour and salt and pepper, and you want to just, we're not dredging, okay? We're just coating the outside because, you know what? You want, once this hits the pan, you want it to get like that paper brown bag color on the skin side because it's going to be crispy, and that's going to be really a nice mouthfeel, okay? So let's get our fish in the pan. And I have olive oil and a little bit of butter, and we just put our beautiful fish in the pan. Don't crowd it. And this is going to take, now they're all even thickness, so that's what you want. Try to make sure you get a nice even sized piece of fish and cut it up. We're going to go for about 5 minutes on this side, okay? Once we come back, we're going to turn it over, continue cooking for about another 1 to 3 minutes. Take the fish out of the pan, and then we're going to make our delicious pan sauce. Okay, I'm using the same pan that we just pan roasted our beautiful fish. It came out beautifully. And you want the dark fawns in the pan because that's the flavor from the fish. And we're going to incorporate that into our sauce. So you just sort of want to swirl the butter and get all that good juice up. And then we're going to take a little bit of white wine. You know what? We're not going to have our fish swimming in a sea of sauce. So we just want to make a little bit of pan sauce here. Just for a little nap. Okay? Then we're going to add the rest of our orange juice. Okay, now we're going to let that reduce down And when we come back, I'll show you how we plate this beautiful dish up. Okay, our pan sauce is done and it reduced quite a bit. You don't want it swimming because there's so much flavor in the compote, but you do want a nice touch of the pan juices. It's the perfect amount. You're just napping it, okay? And then now, I kept my compote warm, and we're just going to put a little of it on top of each piece of fish. Isn't this beautiful? You know what? This stuff right here, you could do like bruschetta, do some really good semolina bruschetta toast, and then put this on it, and you got like another appetizer for another time. If you want to add black olives to it, is a beautiful thing. Look how gorgeous this looks. Uh-oh, Ann has extra for his ciabatta bread. I made a nice ciabatta. He's going to be coming over here any minute, I know it. Okay, now, I've saved some of the orange segments, so you could either lay it on the top or to the side. You know, you can play. Alright, now I just want to hit it with a little bit of smoked sea salt for an extra layer of flavor. And there you go, my friends. This is your Chilean sea bass with the agrodolce compote in your little pan sauce. And if you like, you could serve some nice, I sauteed some broccolini up with a little bit of vegetable broth with some crispy shallots. Absolutely delicious. Can't wait to dive in. And my friends, thank you for tuning in to another Cooking on the Block, and I'm Chef Ellie Espo. Bon appetit.